The next movie we're talking about is Deadstream, which is a horror comedy of sorts about a YouTuber who has to spend a night alone in an abandoned haunted house. I know that doesn't sound like much, but Joseph Winter, who stars as the YouTube character, he also wrote and directed it alongside Vanessa Winter. He really milks the concept for all it's worth. The greatest strength of the movie is its editing. It looks, feels, and plays out like a live stream of a YouTuber exploring a haunted house taken to the absurd extremes. There's a sequence early on where he says, "I don't care about money," and then all the ads for his merch show up around him. So himself is just this little square in the center of the frame. It's hilarious. But they still do a really good job of bringing the actual horror and drama later on. It is fun, and once the various things that are haunting the house show up, their makeup effects are astounding, like genuinely surprisingly great kind of effects.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've seen Spree, but it sounds like it has some of that too. The idea of something horrible is going to happen, and we're going to live stream it.
Yes, I would say there's a lot of similarities to Spree. I adored Spree. I thought that movie was amazing. This tonally is pretty different, but in the way it looks and the sort of the pacing of it, I would say it's pretty similar. And the cool thing is, because it's a live stream, the people in the chats that are his fans that are watching become major players throughout the film. And I think they utilize what's being said in the chat really, really well in a way that doesn't feel like it's breaking the spell of the movie or is a cop-out or anything like that.
Yeah. Here, I just got to show you the this is the feature image we have of Deadstream here. All right. I love that. All right. So how long is the movie, or is it a long one?
I think it's like maybe 88 minutes. It's okay. Pretty short and moves really quick. It's essentially the setup. He did a dumb prank. He has to apologize for it. So his whole show is about him facing his fears. So he's afraid of ghosts and haunted houses. So he's going to spend the night facing his fear this way. There are ground rules. If he breaks any of these ground rules, the company sponsoring him doesn't have to pay him for the video. So it sort of forces him to stay in the house if he wants to, make his comeback, start making a living at this again after that prank that went wrong. And so the whole movie kind of becomes about him realizing not that he needed to apologize, but why he needed to apologize for that earlier prank.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the thing about these film festivals, even Slamdance, Sundance, South by. It's these midnight movies that I think the most requests I get for screeners is of the midnight movies. Just real quick, have you seen a bunch of them yet, or what do you think of the quality of the midnight films?
I've seen a few of them. For the most part, I think they are the in the better half of things I've seen at South by so far. And then when I went in person, which was 2019, I think, the Midnighters were by and large some of the best things I saw all festival.
Yeah.
Things like Get Duped, which played under the name Boys in the Wood, is a movie I'm still going back to and watching now that it's available in various streaming services and stuff. And Deadstream will be the same way for me. Once somebody buys it, distributes it, I'm definitely going to watch it on the regular because it is fun. It's funny. It is a little scary. It's a little dramatic. It's exactly what you want that kind of movie to be.
Yeah. Michael, it looked like you had something to chime in.
Oh, yeah. No, I couldn't agree more, especially about Get Duped. Oh my goodness. Get Duped is one of the best movies I've seen in years. And talk about a movie that is not only perfect for a midnight movie, but honestly does everything that it needs to do. I still go ahead and just reference it where I'll suddenly, like, yell to my wife, "Look, it's DJ Beetroot." It's an absolutely amazing movie. Deadstream, I think, fitted the midnight movie thing perfectly. I watched it basically, like just to sort of relax. It scared the hell out of me, honestly. And it's one of those movies, sort of like They're Watching You, where we get a sort of a found footage type setup, except there is actual payoff in it, because there wasn't any time where I felt like I was being Blair Witched, where I wasn't getting a complete and total payoff for all the buildup that was going on with this particular movie. The only other midnight movie I think that was on the midnight list that I've seen was The Cellar. And I'm not talking about that because that was another haunted house movie that was nowhere near as scary as haunted house movie as Deadstream. Honestly, I had a Weeble haunted house when I was 6 years old that was more complicated than the plot or the originality of The Cellar. In that, the only thing you could do with the Weeble haunted house was take a glow-in-the-dark Weeble, which had a ghost on it, except the ghost would rub off after about 2 days and just drop it down the chimney over and over and over again. I think mostly that's what made the face of the ghost rub off, is because the only thing you could do is just drop a ghost down the chimney. In terms of The Cellar, we're literally just spending an hour opening and closing doors and flipping lights on and off. I've seen better haunted houses the beginning of Scooby-Doo credits. So in terms of midnight movies, yes, there's usually something wonderful and original and nice about it. But then again, I do not know how this particular Irish horror movie, The Cellar, haunted house movie, was able to get through, because honestly, the only thing it did was made every single Amityville sequel look like they had a lot more integrity than they did. Right,
including
there.
Evil Land.